What's up? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another video. This video, I'm going to introduce you to Shuri, the first time she was introduced in the comics, in Black Panther Volume 4, Number 2. Before I get into this video, the real question is, are you ready? Alright, so I told you I was going to bring you guys a first appearance of Shuri in the comics. So we're about to go into it. We're about to dive right in. This is the first appearance of Shuri from Black Panther number 2, volume 4. And this comic actually starts off in the National Security Agency where they're having a discussion about Wakanda and who is the Black Panther when Everett Ross actually tells the room it's T'Challa, the son of T'Chaka. Now, this comic is part 2 of the 2005 Black Panther series that was written by Reginald Hudlin. If you absolutely have no idea who Reginald Hudlin is, he is an American film screenwriter, director, producer, and comic book writer. Along with his older brother, Warrington Hudlin, he is known as one of the Hudlin brothers. Now, from 2005 to 2008, Hudlin was actually the president of entertainment for Black Entertainment Television. According to Wikipedia, Hudlin has also written numerous graphic novels. He co-produced the 88th Academy Award ceremony in 2016, as well as other TV specials. Hudlin's breakout film, and a film that everybody should know, is 1990's House Party. He also directed the 1992 film Boomerang. Along with Warrington, he executively produced a 1994 anthology television series film Cosmic Slop and directed the first film of the three segment, Space Traders. Hudlin also worked as a producer on a 2012 film Django Unchained, directed by Quentin Tarantino, which received the Academy Award nomination for Best Picture. The best known unknown fact about Reginald Hudlin is he was name dropped in the second season of the Boondocks in the banned episodes The Hunger Strike and The Uncle Ruckus Show, where the show made fun and heavily criticized BET. So enough about that. See, the next scene is a challenge day to see who will be the next Black Panther, but still narrated by Ross. He explained that being the ruler of Wakanda is like being the Pope, President, and Head Chief of Staff all at once. Narration is saying that the Black Panther is hereditary, which is just seen not only in the comics but in films versions also, where T'Chaka was the previous Black Panther before making his son T'Challa the Black Panther. This particular challenge day will see the arrival of a new opponent for the mantle of Black Panther. As the Black Panther kicks an opponent out of the ring, we see the next opponent where two Wakandas are saying, which is commentating, as big as he is, he must be a minor. Now, this does parallel the first Black Panther movie where M'Baku challenged T'Challa, with M'Baku being a much bigger person than him. The fighter is telling Black Panther that to take the crown from him, he might have to kill him. On the next panel, you'll actually see two Wakandas talk about if the big guy wins, he's still not taking the throne because they have a literacy requirement, which honestly, this comic is really, really well written and really funny, actually. Now, we are introduced to Shuri for the first time. That was created by Hudlin and John Romita Jr. The character originally written as a princess of Wakanda and a supporting character in stories featuring her older brother T'Challa, trains to succeed him as the Black Panther and the ruler of Wakanda. In this scene, Queen Ramonda locked Shuri in her room so she wouldn't attend the challenge day. Different from her MCU counterpart, this Shuri wants to be the Black Panther and the ruler of Wakanda. Also, later in the comics, it actually hints of a little bit of jealousy towards her brother because she feels she could be better than him at ruler Wakanda, which, if you read the comics, you will understand what I'm talking about. So we see that Shuri escaped her room and went down to the challenge day, where she runs into a couple of guards, where in a really funny moment, it feels like they're going to lose their jobs because she slipped past them. She runs into her cousin Tashawn, who is laying down with the medical staff. That's the guy who got kicked out the ring earlier, and she asks him about tips, which He tells her, you can't be serious about jumping in the ring because look at him. He's already over there with getting attention. He even yells at her about not finishing her training. As she runs past the announcers, which honestly would have been cool as hell to get in the movie. Like, check this out. Yes, I'm happy what we got in the movie, but damn, what I love, the WWE style ring, an announcer like Jim Ross and the King Jerry Lawler, black versions though, doing this. So as the big guy gets tossed out the ring and on to Shuri, a Wakandan with a mask on jumps in and then steps into the ring. The announcers talk about how the masked man looks cocky, and you cut and look at Shuri still stuck under the big guy. They finally remove the big guy when the announcers are questioning who is the masked man just giving Black Panther a good fight. Even Shuri gets in and screams that she was going to do that move. The announcer just realized that Princess Shuri was next to them and asked her, when did she come? The fight actually between the Masked Man and Black Panther rages on in a very great visual storytelling by John Romita Jr. You see the Masked Man crack the Black Panther right in the jaw while Shuri looks on with tears in her eyes. The match is called and they asked the Masked Man to remove his mask, where it's revealed that the Masked Man was actually T'Challa. Shuri was pissed, feeling like she was robbed of her chance to be the Black Panther by her brother. See, this is many of the seeds that Reginald laid during the Black Panther run, especially his run. Just shows sudden hints of vigor and anxiousness when it comes to Shuri, and even disdain for her brother's actions, in which later comic book runs later runs in the comic actually go towards her growth as a character. And it's later revealed that the Black Panther was his uncle Sion, who after T'Chaka died at the hands of Claw was a ruler, but didn't really want to have that responsibility, so he was happy when T'Challa defeated him. He sat on an advisory to T'Challa until he was killed during the Doom Wars. T'Challa is throwing shade at his father, which is that was his uncle, because he tossed him out the ring and believes he eased up on T'Challa, which was quickly noted that it was a fair fight, which he responds, man, what do you know? Then we are back with Queen Ramonda when she is told that T'Challa won, and she responds, it was really inevitable. She also questions why she said what she said, and she was like, it just makes him a better target. So we cut back to the meeting with Ross and the National Security Agency, and this question about Wakanda being a highly militaristic culture and no ties to the U.S. One guy shouts that it's a rogue state, which if you're looking for a great comic run, go to the Christopher Priest one in Black Panther Volume 3, especially number 21. Trust me, I completely died reading that comic. It's completely awesome. But nevertheless, Ross has to remind them that Wakandans never invaded or threatened any other countries around the world, and the only time they've done something is to protect their own borders. The head of the national security talks about how the regime change can change how policies are handled and how this could be potentially a threat to the U.S. Ross claps back about the U.S. being all over the Middle East and questioning the resources. This is really a play in real life when the conflict in the Middle East during the Bush administration and the coming into the Obama administration at that time. So the heads told Ross this is not his level of expertise, and that a conflict that they are starting, by the way, needs a very special task force to look into. Then we cut to a scene with Claw and a buddy going into a gentleman's place, where Claw's buddy goes back to the back with a young lady. Claw asks him, when should we come back? And he says, man, give me about an hour. So he hands her a fistful of money and asks her, does this make it worth your while? Well, she says no. Then he says it's just one kiss, and then she agrees. Then he leans into the kiss, which it looks like he drains all of her life force. We cut back to the madam on the phone, and the young lady comes out, and the madam tells her, hey, you ain't done with your shift yet. The madam questions her about the client and asks if he's still in the room, where they discover he's lying there dead in the bed, and the cleanup guy got to go get him removed. We get back to the last panel where Claw is talking to the villain, the cannibal, whose ability is to switch from host to host, becoming now the sex worker. They discuss the plans to go after Black Panther, T'Challa. And that is the first introduction to Shuri in the comics. Actually a very good comic run. This is just her introduction. You see that the ambition that she has, how she wants to be like her brother. That's what it is. And sometimes when we want to be like, you know, our older siblings, sometimes we go in there a little bit too headstrong. We're not really thinking. We're just thinking we could be able to do what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I could even do it better. But actually this run by Reginald Hudlin is very well written, very good. You go into Doom Wars with this, you go into Black Reign with this. This whole entire comic run from 2005 to 2009 is excellent. So what did you guys think about the first introduction to Shuri? I am going to do the first introduction of actually Shuri becoming Black Panther for the first time. Again, that's going to be the next video that I'm working on. So make sure to look for that. And then make sure you got put it in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you put it in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this comic. Tell me, you know, just give me your words, and you know, let's go from there. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.